So I was having this really interesting thought about food. We think of food as the baseline for how we feed and nourish our bodies, our minds, our heart, and our spirits. But that being said, what if food is just one of the simple ways that we think of nourishment or feeding our muscles? So I had this interesting thing happen, and I realized this is kind of, as a super sensitive, also sometimes super psychic empath, I've noticed that for me, if I'm eating food and there is conflict around the food, or there is heavy processing and there's emotion, I have trouble digesting my food. I start getting heartburn, my stomach hurts, maybe I'm burping. And next thing you know, I don't want to eat food. And it's because I can feel how the energetics or the conversation or the vibration of tone, if there's fighting, whatever it is, if it's affecting the space in my state, then in a sense, it's become the food. It's meshed with the food. And so I don't want to eat toxic food. And what's interesting is I feel like energy is metabolized for me in 3 different ways. One, it either is additive. It's giving something to you. It's nourishing you. It's maybe on a physical level, it's helping rebuild your nervous system, or giving nutrients to your muscles, et cetera, et cetera. Or it's neutral. It's something that's there that's not giving nor taking. It's kind of stagnant, if you will. Or on the maybe more negative sense of things, it's something that maybe is depleting, something that's taking from you, something that is malnourishing, something that is more toxic. That's kind of the way I see it. And what's interesting is like everything in our life can be perceived as food, even though the word food is more of just what you eat. Like I said, I was just eating lunch and I was just contemplating this. And I enjoyed having my delicious grilled fish sandwich and some curly fries because I deserve it. And it was like, food is a really simple, not multidimensional way to think about how we nourish our bodies and our systems and our skin. And so how are we being more additive with the things in our life that can give us nourishment? That's one of the main ways. Our thoughts, our feelings, our belief systems, our conversations, our inner conversations, the dialogue that we hide, the dialogue that we share, the people in our life. Are the people in your life giving energy to you? As a baseline, I would say everything is a tipping scale. And I think all relationships have ups and downs. That's kind of the nature of things. You know, once upon a time, I thought, I want everything to always be happy. I want to be happy all the time. And I also have noticed that I do create a bit of a weighing scale when it comes to life, when it comes to everything. And I believe everything has a bank account, an energy that you either fill or you debit out of. Are you depositing energy of your body and your nourishment and your whole being? Or is it depleted because there's too many things going out and not enough going in? So I was thinking, what if we kind of think of life is a whole database of 3 different versions of energy. It's things that go in, things that nourish us, things that can give to us, things that can rebuild us. It's not just the food that we eat, the breakfast, the lunch, the coffee, the coconut waters, whatever the things that we put in. It's so much more than that. It's the thoughts that we think, because that is how you feed your brain, and it's how you feed your system. And depending on your relationships, you know, like I said, all relationships have ebbs and flows and ups and downs, and that is the nature of being human. But as a baseline and an overarch, are the relationships giving more than they're taking? Is the relationship to your work giving you more than it's taking? Because everything, in my experience, everything is connected, which means that everything has in a way an infinity loop to the other things energetically. So if you think about things in your life as, is this like a nourishing food, or is this like a toxic, malnourishing food? And I know that food, like I said, is more like what do you eat, but technically, if energy is calories, and thoughts have energy, and feelings have energy, and everything is energy, and everything's vibrating, then everything in a way can either give to you or take from you. Or if you're understanding that there's many different ways of energy, collaborating with you, there's also the neutrality, which I think if something's neutral, it's not really benefiting you. I see something is giving to you is something that is adding enough value that it is worth giving value to, whether it's a job, a relationship, a belief. I mean, there's even things in our life that we need to shift, because once you realize maybe it's not giving to you as much as you're giving to it. Now, maybe everyone has their own symbiotic relationship with things, but things need to have a balance. And the other thing I'll say, outside of the 3 different ways of energy, is everything has a bank account. And say your body is a bank account, okay? That your physical health and your vitality and your energy is a bank account. And there's different things that you want to give to it every day to replenish it. So this is really like a really simple thing. Sometimes people have coffee or tea in the morning, that gives them energy. You need to drink water to hydrate your cells, because the cells need that life force to continue to duplicate and to repair and to recover and all that stuff. That's simple biology science. But if you think about it really truly, your thoughts can be like food. Your life, everything that you take in informationally can either give to you or deplete. And so this is just a little rant on what if thoughts are food? What if your life can be looked at as a really simple, divisible outcome? I want to be replenished. I want to be healthy. I want my life to have more overflow than underflow. I want to have more things to be grateful for than more things to be not grateful for. And so you need to look at your life as a bank account. And if your health, you're not giving enough nutrition or hydration or good energy, then you're not giving enough to the bank account of your vitality. And that is the same thing with your mindset. How many things do you say in a day that could be negative? How many things do you say in a day that could be positive? What are the unconscious programs or stories that you tell yourself that you need to become aware of? Because they're either giving to a positive bank account, or they're actually withdrawing, because it takes energy to be still holding on to the feelings or thoughts or beliefs that could be negative. And that's just kind of the way I was thinking about it. So I'm very curious if this resonates, if this means something to you. But all things in life have a bucket or a bank account, especially your heart, especially love. And I really think if it comes to checks and balances, if you want to become a wealthy person, you need to be able to become aware of the checks and balances energetically in all facets of your life, not just money and not just food. Okay.